This video is recorded in August 26, 2024, and where today's video we didn't actually head it back into for some sort of comic studio because I eventually stuck on Google, so it's a little bit for various complicated about of those things, but what situations is going to be that I accidentally using for the DD Literary Club as well, the Literature Club as well, or some sort of a literature comic studio or literature club as well. So for today's video, we're gonna be stepping inside to the Canvas comic studio instead of an AI works that does not going to do like anything it was, but how many of those things that it's actually founded for 150 comics, like almost all of this thing as well. So we didn't actually get to be searching here in the main website, but I just also found here or the runaway extras that we got anything from about here. So let's go for around here to jump in to Canvas Comic Studio. Also, it's gonna be link in the description before this is we're always going to be start here as we're gonna be ready to do this as well. So this comic studio does not have all of the features, but unfortunately all of their sites was actually pretty gone as well. We eventually turning for around for the dark mode on, and especially there's nothing about for one era to do this as well. So we don't have any characters in this comic studio. This is not my comic studio as anyways as well. As you'll be noticed that the tip is draw a panel with an art program of your choice, but be sure to match the panel size with one of the BG tab, which means background tab as well for the backgrounds as well. Once you're done, upload your panel as a custom background in the backgrounds tab. Add text boxes if you haven't already. And that's why I actually being to show off spoilers is really possible to do anyways. And we cannot this able to do for submitted sprites. We still have for 2 sprites available for to do this as well. So even now before that we're gonna be spawning here, and the banner wasn't able to be pretty good like this, and because due to itself for pre-anime drawings, like something a little bit worse. We got one Kikiran character from the average Crepe fan, and some ridiculously cat from the I don't really know about this cat around here. So this cat was actually from the Flying Kitty GTA, or nothing it was, for some sort of an unknown YouTuber as well. So instead of making a flip book by the ways, or we're just gonna be trying to enable the flipbook as well. And for some sort of with stuff, we got only one asset available, the hat. The comic effects isn't pretty for something like exist like those things, except for the comic effects. We still have any of the text fronts as well, or the simple text as well. And unfortunately, where are the background size for some sort of one thing as well? Until, or this thing as well, it has 4 different images that exactly is going to be added as well. So we're unable to bear that mind for just very too much as well. We cannot reset as default, as we're enable a flipbook mode, as we're putting around for 5 different like those things. So since we're gonna be putting out for the test, and we're gonna be going for the submitted sprites for it's really one time as well. So looks like we're gonna be posting a little bit new, but I cannot do this. Whatever we do for just the first 3 and the 4th images as well, that we just actually going to do this 4th. I mean, this is not going to get a little bit of way to do this as well. So it just came far to get a little bit as well for during those flipbook tests aren't going to be insane as well. So the 3 frames per second isn't going to be about to work. And looks like we got ourselves to get a little bit up or something. And that's it. That should be 20 frames in 1 second. So we're gonna be playing for just only one thing. 3 frames per second test. And what did I just actually accident to do this? And I never felt that isn't going to be to do this as well. So we just absolutely showing the drafts that isn't going to be just like the place to do so as well. So we're going to be seeing for the multiple of those things, and I'm not very sure that we're going to be removed. So we're at 19 frames, unless that doesn't going to be for pretty such as one thing. And where is this some kind of image as well? Let me see the drafts. So we're gonna be options to increase. Nope. I really don't think this is not going to be absolutely happening. What is actually whatsoever. So no, I accidentally going to hit it around 10 frames per second, and let's test it out. 5 frames per second. It was a little bit pretty good. And we're hit it around for 8 frames per second. Let's test it out. And it's a little bit nothing that I'm sure that it wasn't going to be to do this. Now let's try 6 frames per second. We cannot able to be shared for one reason. It was actually going to be so a little bit slow. By the options is going to be 5 frames per second that we should be able to test around here for just a while, and should it not able to be pausing for just something like else, the test isn't going to be complete. What about testing with 0 frames per second? It cannot be played. If we're gonna be doing for 1 frames per second, why it is, so we're gonna be turning off the options. As we're able to be playing for this, it's unable to play for just only one thing as well. So let's maximize to 10 frames per second, and let's see, it was pretty good at what is actually going on. It was nothing a little bit smooth is going on for 19 frames, and I never completely able to guess for around here. So in the 19 page, we should be able to add for around here. So this could be actually gonna be blowing up for just something like else. So a cat is actually going to be appearing for himself, and this is actually gonna be going to spawn a little bit for just... oh gosh. So we're added for a little bit of one thing. Capture the new place, or what is not going to be this as well. 24, 25. Ugh. And I think this is not going to get a little bit as well. And it's a little bit up for it to do this as well. 29 seconds, 30 frames, 31 frames, 32 clips, and 33 clips, 34 clips as well. And there is 35 and 36. Oh, there. That should be a little bit for smaller as well. So it could be actually going to get a little bit for always up here. So I didn't actually gonna be doing whatever it is. So the testing is completely done. And unfortunately, we're about to disable the flipbook mode. So the flipbook mode has been disabled, but it's not gonna be back to 3 as well. And then, because of not always to do this, but if I'm just going to disable the flipbook mode, wait, it's just a login skin as well. Where's the flipbook mode? So here it is. I just completely disabled, and nothing that we just completely going to do this whatsoever. So we added 3 panels, and we just added for 1 character over here, and the hat. So that should be all about of today's video as well, as we might able to be seeing for some many more users comics as anybody's as well. If anybody is going to be imported for some other kinds of comics as well, so let's just try to import tests with a Buick, and nothing, of course, this isn't going to be such as well as we're added for one thing as well. So we just completely added Buick as well. If you're gonna be removing around this, and that doesn't going to be seams around here, I just added Buick for one thing as well, using a Buick Lacrosse that I just added for just only one thing as well. So if you haven't, for just leaving a like of those video as well, and I'm probably sure that doesn't going to be for, I just literally forgot something like anyways as well, that before we're going to be end of this video. So the link is going to be in description below, and also the main website is going to be linked in description. But well, before we're going to be the end of this video, I'm probably not sure that I just forgot something like anything as well, that we just searched from anything whatsoever, or something is actually that I just didn't remember, or I just completely forget something a lot as well, as we're gonna be trying to do this as well. But you see, for this, for welcome to Canvas Comic Studio, I wonder that we're gonna be try to looking for that I just try to do is even for pretty dumb to do this. So this is not gonna be for the last of a time to do this, that I just actually saying for this one, that the only one reason that I just completely feels for stressful and more stressful, and I'm started to get out of my mind as well. So as we seen for this welcome to Canvas Comic Studio, this is a comic studio intended for aspiring cartoonists who want to share their drawn comics with a smaller audience outside of bigger sites such as Twitter, Tumblr, or DeviantArt. Unlike other studios, no sprites are available. Either draw your own upload of a panel you have drawn as a background. So that should be the end of this video as well, as for many of those crazy reasons that we just completely added for many more hats as well. So we're gonna be added for 2, 3, 4, 5 hats. Really possible to do this, as I cannot believe it that we just drawn so many hats. And it's actually going to be over here for this time as well. So we're going to be seeing for some sort of a drafts like hats, and it has been 13 minutes ago as well. So we're going to be going to get rid of like anything from some sort of for one reason to do this as well. So that is going to be the end of the video. And I hopefully that I'm gonna be lost my mind like anyways. Thanks for watching, and this is gonna be signing off as anyways from anything from above, and I'll talk to mini lads and comic studio users all later. And nobody is actually uploading this, or just include for the developer of this comic studio.